Time now to get the backstory, our behind-the-scenes look at how a story comes together and how it fits into the bigger picture. And today we are talking with somebody who truly stops at nothing to get the story. And that is our colleague, Rebecca Lowe. Superstar, you know her, the host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. And this summer, NBC lent her over to our friends at Fox to serve as the lead studio voice of the World Cup. Just before what she called the pinnacle of my life, she had to report from, well, you'll see.
Zlatan, what are your thoughts from up here?
The adrenaline is pumping on the way, in my pants, but okay. I don't like helicopters, but it's okay. I have Rebecca close to me.
There she is. Gotta listen, had to bleep it. You know what I mean? That's, she's in a helicopter with the legendary Zlatan reporting from somewhere over New York City before the World Cup final. There was traffic, there was transit concerns. They did make it, but like literally 2 minutes, they walked onto the studio. It was crazy. But it's dedication to the craft, right? That helped Fox and Telemundo put on a record-breaking World Cup. 63 million U.S. viewers, a huge number, which beat the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. You got a lot of folks hoping that the love for some of these breakout stars, Erling Haaland of Norway, Rodri from Spain, will translate to new love for European soccer like the Premier League, which, as we should remember, is on NBC. Rebecca Lowe is joining us now, of course, the host of NBC's Premier League coverage. We are so excited to have you on the show, Rebecca. Thank you very much for being with us. I know you got a lot going on before the season starts.
Oh, thank you, Hallie. No, it's my absolute pleasure. I am taking a few days of vacation over here in the UK because we're going to start the season from here in England. So it's always a good excuse for me to come over and see my family. You have to. You have to summer max when you can. That's kind of the motto around here. So we love that for you. And I promise we're going to talk soccer, but we just, you know, playing that helicopter moment, I was going to throw up. Like, it must have been insane for you. But this was you, ducks, right? Probably paddling like mad underneath the surface, but you couldn't tell. You were so calm and cool. How? Oh. Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. You know, a long time ago, I went on a helicopter, Hallie, and I said I would never go on a helicopter ever again. But the problem is when your employer says you need to go on a helicopter, you got to go on a helicopter. And if I'm going to panic, then they're all going to panic. So I'm the one who's trying to, like you say, keep calm. But that helicopter ride was supposed to be about 7 minutes, ended up being about 30, which just got worse and worse. So, no, it was a fun moment. And then we had to continue to host the show, as you can see, straight off that helicopter via a police escort. It was quite the day. Hallie. Oh, my God. And yet it was a huge success, just like I think we can say World Cup coverage was. I mean, so many people watched it. We mentioned the numbers a second ago. You know soccer, NBC. We know that you know soccer here. We know that you know the Olympics. This one was interesting with Fox. And I have to tell you, Rebecca, I've loved seeing you get your flowers for navigating that set and that table and those big, incredible, but big personalities. And you talk about if you panic, they'll panic. It felt like in so many ways you had to keep the train on the tracks. That's a really hard skill. And like so much of it happens behind the scenes, I bet. Hallie, thank you. I mean, you know better than anybody, working with big personalities can be difficult, and behind the scenes is exactly where a lot of that hard work happens, getting to know everybody. And we were only together for 6 weeks, me, Thierry, Zlatan and Alexi, pretty much in there for 6 weeks. The couple of us knew each other a little bit, but not too much, and you're together 10 hours a day for 6 weeks. So a lot of the hard work goes on when you're making a coffee in the morning, when you're in hair and makeup. But, you know, the three of them are just magic in such different ways, and they were so wonderful. And I also knew that there is an end to this. So at the times where it was getting at its most challenging, I thought it's only going to be 6 weeks of your life, Rebecca. You know you're going to look back on this and you're going to miss it, and you're going to miss the craziness. And I do, Hallie. I miss them. I was going to say, I miss us as a team. Okay. Yeah, I really do. I get sad. I mean, I'm excited for the new Premier League season to start. Of course, get back to my dives on NBC. Love them to pieces. But that was a special summer. It was a special group of people. And of course, you know, they brought so much to the broadcast and made it different in this country. And it led to something in America that I've never seen before in terms of a love for the sport that I love. You know, and I promise I'm not going to ask this because I'm sitting in Washington, D.C., and my other job is covering politics sometimes. But there has been like a fair amount of politics in soccer, which has been interesting. We've covered it a lot on this show. Gianni Infantino, like all the things that he's been trying to do. How do you balance during some of the coverage here? Because there are these outside controversies that are part of, you know, people's interactions with the game, but you also, I'm sure, want to focus on the match itself. You want to keep the focus on the sport. And I wonder, Rebecca, how you think about threading that needle or any strategies you have on that. Well, I take a lot of guidance from who I'm working for. So during the World Cup, Fox Sports's coverage was very much about what was going on the field, Hallie. It wasn't really about mixing
100%.
the politics with the football. That was what they wanted to do. So when you work for somebody, you do what they want to do. With NBC, when we have maybe more political stories coming to the Premier League, because we get that as well,
yeah.
NBC are a little more interested in maybe mixing the two. And so with that, again, it's all about research, making sure I know the story and I know the questions to ask, and I've done the reading, and then I leave it up to the ex-pros next to me to give their answers. But really, when it comes down to mixing those two things, it's all about who you're working for.
I love that. I took the point of personal privilege, the NBCSports.com quiz to find your match, to help new fans find their team. Yes. Okay, I got Arsenal. I don't know if that is makes me a bandwagon person. Should I be excited this year? Should I try to take the quiz again and get a different team? Grade my score. No, Hallie, do not take the quiz again. If you come out with Arsenal, who are the current champions and who are the far and away favourites to win it again, which they've never done back-to-back, by the way, do not go and retake that quiz, Hallie. Okay.
You are now an Arsenal fan. That is it. You're all in. And I think that's fair. You didn't pick them. They picked you. So you've done well there, Hallie. You've done very well.
Thank you. What's the one thing, Rebecca, you want people to know as we head into this incredible, with this love for soccer that, as you point out, in your whole career, you haven't seen Americans latch onto this sport like this. What do you want people to think about?
I think if you love the World Cup, if there are millions of people like you, which I know there are, who maybe before the World Cup had only watched a few minutes of soccer and now fell in love with the likes of Erling Haaland and these amazing players, they're in the Premier League. And that drama, those stories, that passion, that emotion that we saw day in, day out in the World Cup, you see that in the Premier League every week. Do the quiz on NBCSports.com. Find your team. Join us. And it's every single week. You can find us Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings. It's a perfect time of day. Maybe you've got kids. Maybe you've got teenagers who sleep in. You can get them out of bed to do something with your teenagers, or the kids who are up early. You can enjoy something with them. You follow a team. Because if you love the joy in the summer, we are here to bring you more joy.
I love that. Rebecca Lowe, thank you so much. I can't wait to turn it on and tell my daughter, I know that. I know her. I interviewed her once. It's going to be my brag moment. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks, Hallie. Have a great one.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.